Two legendary off-road SUVs, both built to conquer any terrain, go head-to-head in 2025. The Toyota Land Cruiser versus the Toyota 4Runner. The 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser makes its grand return with a fresh design, modern hybrid technology, and the same legendary durability that has made it an off-road icon for decades. Meanwhile, the 2025 Toyota 4Runner continues its legacy with rugged styling, proven reliability, and an adventure-ready setup that's built to handle the toughest trails. Both SUVs are designed for adventure, but which one is the ultimate off-road machine? Stick around as we compare their design, performance, features, and capability to find out which one best fits your lifestyle. So, this is Parth, and you are watching MotorNation. Starting up with a basic overview. After a brief disappearing act that we thought would spell the end for the Land Cruiser on our shores, Toyota's iconic off-roader returned last year with renewed purpose. Now motivated by a four-cylinder hybrid powertrain good for a combined 326 horsepower, it shares its bones with the Lexus GX and has been downsized slightly, losing its third row in the process. The LC's newfound tidiness puts it in line with other legendary trail experts, such as the Ford Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler. The Land Cruiser has been reworked and modernized inside and out, packing the latest Toyota infotainment tech and plenty of driver aids, while retaining a serious four-wheel drive system and plenty of nods to LC history, including the base model's round headlights. While Toyota's off-road and truck offerings are the freshest they've ever been following a busy 2 years of new products, and after a long wait, the 4Runner has finally received the modernization treatment. The 2025 4Runner shares its platform with the Tacoma pickup truck and comes standard with the same turbocharged four-cylinder powertrain that makes 278 horsepower. A hybrid model with 326 horsepower is also offered. Toyota has retained the customary roll-down rear window, and the new 4Runner's exterior design remains square-jawed, handsome, and rugged. The rest of the package has been thoroughly updated, too, and optional tech features include a 14.0-inch infotainment touchscreen, a head-up display, a 12.3-inch digital gauge display, and a wireless smartphone charging pad. A host of driver assistance features are also offered, and many of them are standard. Don't think that the 4Runner has gone soft, though. It comes with plenty of off-roading gear to help you tackle whatever the trail throws at you. Moving on to what's new for 2025. Aside from the removal of the first edition model offered for 2024, there are no changes to the Land Cruiser lineup. On the other hand, after a long decade and a half, the fifth generation of the 4Runner ends, replaced by this new 6th gen model. The model uses the new 2024 Tacoma pickup truck as its base and sports more modern features, but still retains a rugged exterior design. Talking about the engine, transmission, and performance. Given that this is an entirely modernized and smaller generation of the Land Cruiser, Toyota has elected to install a hybrid powertrain in place of a naturally aspirated V8 engine. A turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder is assisted by two electric motors to make 326 horsepower. If this setup sounds familiar, that's because it's similar to the powertrain offered in the Toyota Tacoma. All Land Cruisers come with an 8-speed automatic transmission and a four-wheel drive system featuring a locking center differential, low-range gearing, a crawl control system, and hill descent control. In our test drive, we found that the hybrid powertrain provides good torque, but notice that the boost from the electric motors is inconsistent due to the small battery pack. In testing, the Land Cruiser First Edition got to 60 miles per hour in 7.7 seconds. The Land Cruiser's max tow rating is 6,000 pounds when properly equipped. The Land Cruiser's EPA ratings sit at 23 miles per gallon combined, 22 miles per gallon city and 25 miles per gallon highway. Those numbers are significantly better than what the previous generation V8 model offered. While all 4Runners come with a 278 horsepower turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder and an 8-speed automatic transmission. A rear-wheel drive layout is standard, but a full-time four-wheel drive system is optional and comes with a 2-speed transfer case with high and low range. All manner of terrain-conquering equipment is offered, including optional disconnecting stabilizer bars, a locking rear differential, and an off-road cruise control system. The hybrid models are available with even more off-road goodies, including manually adjustable dampers, but we review that model separately. When we drove the 4Runner both on and off-road, we were impressed with the new model's vastly improved road manners compared with its predecessor. It's still fun to drive in the dirt, too, thanks to its good visibility and quick steering. We estimate the 4Runner with the 278 horsepower turbo four-cylinder will get to 60 miles per hour in between 6.7 and 7.2 seconds, depending on trim level. The maximum towing capacity for the 2025 Toyota 4Runner is 6,000 pounds, a robust figure compared to many of its competitors. The 4Runner is rated by the EPA to deliver 22 miles per gallon in rear-wheel drive form and 21 miles per gallon combined in four-wheel drive form. City and highway ratings vary slightly by trim level, ranging from 20 miles per gallon city and 26 miles per gallon highway for the RWD-SR5 and Sport models to 19 miles per gallon city and 25 miles per gallon highway for the 4WD-SR5 Sport and off-road trims. Taking a look at the interior, comfort, and cargo. Unlike the previous generation Land Cruiser, this new one is strictly a two-row, 5-seat SUV. Toyota has downsized the Cruiser's body this time around, putting it into contention with mid-size rivals such as the Ford Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler, rather than full-size SUVs such as the Chevrolet Tahoe and the Ford Expedition. While the base 1958 trim does without many of the other trim's luxuries, it still offers niceties such as heated seats, a heated steering wheel, and a 6-speaker stereo. The other trim, simply called Land Cruiser, has a more deluxe cabin that includes ventilated seats, a 10-speaker stereo, and available leather upholstery. All Land Cruisers come with Toyota's excellent infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but the base 1958 trim makes do with a rather dinky 8.0-inch display. The top trim gets a much larger 12.3-inch touchscreen. USB-C charging ports and a wireless smartphone charging pad are standard fare, but you'll have to pay extra for onboard Wi-Fi or the available 14-speaker JBL stereo system. On the other hand, if the 4Runner's cabin looks familiar to you, that's because it shares much of its styling with the Tacoma pickup truck. The dashboard and infotainment setup are essentially identical. There are storage bins strategically placed throughout the interior, and all the controls look to be within easy reach for the driver. What the Tacoma doesn't have is the 4Runner's optional third-row seat. Although it'll be a squeeze for adult riders, that third row should come in handy for kids or an occasional tag-along passenger. Like before, the 4Runner can be turned into a pseudo-convertible by rolling down all 4 windows, dropping the power-operated rear window, and sliding open the optional sunroof. It's not as open-air as a Wrangler or a Ford Bronco with their roofs removed, but it's a close approximation that lets occupants enjoy nature while traversing trails. The infotainment and technology area is where the 2025 4Runner sees the biggest changes over the previous generation. While the 2024 model was primitive, the new one is relatively high-tech. An 8.0-inch infotainment display is standard and runs Toyota's latest software, which we have found both easy to use and quick to load. A larger 14.0-inch display is optional, as is a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. All models come with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity, USB-C ports, and a digital key system that lets you lock, unlock, and start the 4Runner via a smartphone app. A wireless smartphone charging pad is optional. Talking about the safety and driver assistance features. Like most of Toyota's new models, the Land Cruiser is equipped with a generous list of standard driver assistance features. Bundled together in a suite called Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, you'll find lane departure warning, automatic high-beam headlamps, and adaptive cruise control alongside expected systems, such as automated emergency braking. Similar to this, Toyota equips every 4Runner with a suite of driver assistance features called TSS 3.0. This bundle of systems includes basics, such as automated emergency braking and lane departure warning, as well as more advanced offerings such as adaptive cruise control with a lane centering feature and a system that can detect if the driver is non-responsive and bring the 4Runner to a stop if needed. And finally, coming back to the pricing, the price of the 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser starts at $57,900 and goes up to $63,900, depending on the trim and options. Though the base 1958 model's classic round headlights are tempting, we think the Land Cruiser trim is the one to go for, as it adds ventilated front seats, a 10-speaker stereo system, a larger 12.3-inch infotainment display, and wider all-terrain tires, among other items. While the price of the 2025 Toyota 4Runner starts at $42,220 and goes up to $56,850 depending on the trim and options, we think the best value is the four-wheel drive TRD Off-Road, which comes with a good amount of off-road equipment without getting too expensive. It also offers a premium version with extra equipment, including faux leather seats, a heated steering wheel, and a larger infotainment screen. And that wraps up our comparison of the 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser and the 2025 Toyota 4Runner, two off-road legends that bring their own unique strengths to the trail. The Land Cruiser returns with modern hybrid technology, legendary durability, and refined features, making it the perfect choice for those who want a blend of rugged capability and everyday comfort. Meanwhile, the 4Runner stays true to its roots with a tough, adventure-ready design, reliable performance, and off-road features that make it a go-to SUV for outdoor enthusiasts. So, which one is the better fit for you? Do you prefer the modernized toughness of the Land Cruiser, or does the classic off-road spirit of the 4Runner win your vote? Let us know your pick in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this comparison, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to MotorNation for more in-depth reviews, comparisons, and automotive insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.